If you've ever ventured to downtown Belleville, you've probably noticed the Empire Theater. But what you may not know is they don't just play regular movies.
We are predominantly a live performance theater with movies slotted in between our live performances. So we tend to show more dialogue-driven films, character-driven films, films that usually do very well come Oscar time, and dare I say it, a little bit more grown-up films.
The Empire Theater has been around for quite some time. It has seen many changes over the last few decades. However, it hasn't always been the way it is now.
The Empire Theater began as the McCarthy Theater. It was built in the late 1930s by Mr. McCarthy, an entrepreneur, and the McCarthy Theater stayed an active movie theater, sometimes with live performances, until about the early 1960s.
The lively atmosphere of the McCarthy Theater was mirrored in the overall feel of downtown.
Downtown was very vibrant. We had, at one point, 3 movie theaters. We had many restaurants. We had full-service department stores. We had butcher stores, and we had bakeries, and we had barber shops and hardware stores, and it was a very vibrant, alive downtown. With the advent of the mall and the big box stores that would follow as the decades would go on, people became very accustomed to going to one place. And once you're inside, you can take your coat off and you can walk around, and it became a phenomenon, which to this day, of course, there's no turning back.
The mall wasn't the only thing attracting customers away from downtown businesses. There was a new fascination in the market.
By 1962, people started to stay home and watch this new thing called TV rather than actually come out to the movie theaters, so numbers dropped.
Unfortunately, the mall and introduction of television continued to take away customers from downtown. Local businesses had trouble staying afloat. It wasn't long before McCarthy Theater and downtown Belleville began to fade.
This is the one that got shut down. This theater got closed down in 1962, sat vacant for 12 years until 1974. It was used just for storage for the other theaters.
The downtown slowly started to lose some of its vibrancy. Certain businesses couldn't afford to stay in business any longer because everybody was shopping somewhere else. And so over time, it took a hit.
I think what the problem is how people in a core like a downtown Belleville react to it. And I think that what has happened here, and I'm talking years ago, a lot of people in the city core here decided rather than be a unique experience, they tried to compete with them all. And it was like, why are they up there? They shouldn't be allowed up there. We need to just go head to head with them. You can't do that.
Downtown Belleville needed a desperate revival, and the Empire Theater was able to get the ball rolling.
Eventually, a gentleman came in and purchased the building and turned it into a sports and hobby store. He was a patron of the arts, and he always hoped that someday, perhaps himself or someone would come along and bring the theater back to life.
I got wind of it. I came and talked to him because I just thought this place had to be saved, and we need a professional theater in the city of Belleville.
When the Empire Theater became an entity, all of a sudden there was an excitement and an electricity that was injected into our downtown that hadn't been there for many years. When certain events take place, such as the large events that take place in the summertime, there isn't a hotel room that's available in Belleville or in Quinte. The restaurants are booked up and the shops are busy, and we have literally thousands and thousands of visitors who come to Belleville. We've even had some people who have come here and they just fell in love with the community and they've actually moved here. for people who have not really experienced downtown when it's alive, there's something very special there.
A lot of areas are quite envious of us when you look at our downtown. We have the Wire River coming through, and it's a beautiful river that goes into the Bay of Quinte. We have got both right here, and they should be taken advantage of.
We have one of the finest steakhouses anywhere around. We've got great Italian food. We've got wonderful French restaurants. We have wonderful Greek restaurants. We have a state-of-the-art performance theater. It's just a real nice atmosphere, and I think there's something for everybody.
The future looks bright for downtown Belleville, and it's well on its way to returning to its former glory.
I think you'll see more stores. I think you'll probably see the return of a drugstore to downtown Belleville. I really think in 5 years' time, you're going to just rub your eyes and go, I don't even recognize the place.
There'll be more people living down here. There'll be probably an extra tower or two of people, of condos and apartments. It's important that all of downtown gets on board and keeps building the whole process so that it becomes a full experience down here, not just a theater experience, that it becomes the meals, it's the shops, it's the whole 9 yards.
Everybody wants to see it thrive. The center of any city is very, very important, and we don't want to see it just kind of roll up and blow away. You know, we want it to be vibrant, we want it to be an experience, and we want it to be a little bit of something for everybody.